Brian Mbumo has won the Premier League Player of the Month award according to leaks, and what a well-deserved win for him. Manchester United have made a weird big transfer decision at left wing back that has left a lot of fans confused. We're going to talk about Dallo and the issues that this could present. Romano does confirm we do have interest in Angelo Stiller and Baleba. That is true. There's a few more Elliot Anderson updates coming in. He's looking like a very much more realistic transfer target. Casemiro Maguire exits, no contracts being renewed as of yet. Wages clearly the issue there. And Manchester United are looking at a young star. We spoke about it earlier today, actually, because of the Christian Orozco guy that's coming in the summer. Had a really good game for Colombia under-17s. We spoke a little bit about how Vivo is bringing in those Sekou Konos, the Diego Leon, those kind of young stars. And Man United is scouting another young player in Europe. We will talk about that, who he is and what he may add. But listen, people, let's get into your 10-minute roundup. If you do enjoy today's video, feel free to hit that like button. And of course, you're welcome to subscribe if you're new, because every single day on the channel, I do a 10-minute roundup video. Starting with this, Brian Mbumo wins Premier League Player of the Month award for October. And potentially Amorim could win Manager of the Month award for October. I'm thinking it'll be Amorim or Arteta, potentially. Maybe Unai Emery. Maybe it'll be Amorim as well, which will be big W's for Manchester United. Been a while since we've had a player in the Player of the Month award. So good to see Mbumo win that. I think he got 4 goals in October. He's been smashing it. I'm worried when he goes to AFCON. Him and Ahmad on that right-hand side is lethal. I'm going to be very worried when he goes to AFCON, and I'm super happy with the signing. I think he's probably been our best summer signing so far. I mean, Lamont has been great. Cunha's been great. Sesko's shown bits. But I think Mbumo has been my favourite summer signing so far. Let me know down below who's been your favourite summer signing so far. So we talk about this weird transfer decision Manchester United have made. And this has come from Andy Mitten, and he's very credible, very good links, very good source of information. And yeah, me, like a lot of fans, I'm a bit confused by this decision. A left wing back is not a priority for Manchester United this summer. The priorities will be 1 or 2 midfielders and a centre back. Now, if Maguire leaves, we're definitely going to need to sign a centre back for depth, especially because we should be in Europe next season. So we are going to need a centre back, and we are going to need 2 midfielders. But a left wing back has to be a priority. I don't understand how you can look at how we're playing right now and think left wing back isn't a priority. Dorgu is very raw. He's very raw. I like him. I think he's better than Dalot, but he's very raw. Mazraoui is not a wing back, and Dalot is not a wing back. And we've seen Dalot at left wing back. We've seen it for a year. It's not like we've seen it for a month and he can adapt. We've seen it for a year. It's not working. I don't understand how left wing back cannot be a priority. Unless we're looking at it in January, and that's why it's not a priority for the summer, because we plan to do it in January. I don't understand. Man United need to go out there and they need to sign an attacking left wing back, a very attacking minded left wing back, because the difference Ahmad makes at right wing back compared to when Dalot plays right wing back is night and day. First game of the season versus Arsenal, Ahmad comes on, he brings a lot. The last 3-4 games, Ahmad has brought so much. We've played our best football when Ahmad has played at right wing back. And I think we need a left wing back that also brings something down that left-hand side, because I do think under Amorim, we are scoring more goals this season, but it is a little bit predictable to defend against. And I think if you have 2 attacking wing backs, we become a lot more unpredictable, which is good to see. We've got 3 centre-backs. We can afford to have attacking wing backs. I think, in my opinion, we have to go for a wing back, because, look, some people are joking it's because Dalot's Amorim's cousin. We're not, we're not going to sign a left wing back. No, it's obviously not that. Dalot is Amorim's third cousin or something like that. Amorim is not continuously playing Dalot because Dalot is his third cousin. Despite the jokes, that's probably not. Amorim just rates Dalot. He likes Dalot. Dalot's in the leadership squad because he likes Dalot. But Amorim's cousin Dalot cannot continue at left wing back. Like, Dalot in a back 4 was, player of the season for Man United a couple of years ago. I don't think Diego Dalot is a bad player. I don't. I think there's a good player there in terms of mentality. I think he's got a good mentality. I think he works hard. I think he trains hard. I think defensively he's decent, although he's been out of position a lot, and I don't know if that's because he doesn't know the new role. Going forward, he's not a wing back. In a back 4, Dalot, solid player. In a back 5, we've seen it for a year. He's not good enough. He's holding us back. We need to get a left wing back, because for me, we need someone that's going to challenge Dorgu, that's maybe more attacking minded than Dorgu, that's a bit older than Dorgu. If I'm Man United, I look at cashing in on Dalot this summer, because I go, this is a player that still is quite young, is quite highly rated. there will be clubs in for him. We can get money for him, but we know he doesn't suit our system. Dalot is a player I think we can get a decent fee for because I think he's a good player that doesn't suit our system. And I'd be looking to sell him this summer. I really would be looking to sell Dalot this summer, cash in on him, bring in a wing back. Personally, myself, let me know what you think down below. So let's get into other news and rumours. Jason Wilcox is one of a few people who've been closely monitoring Angelo Stiller over the past few years. Stiller and Baleba on the shortlist for midfielders that Man United want to sign. A summer deal was more likely than January, and a fee of around 44 to 53 million is possible, says Fabrizio Romano. So, Jason Wilcox is one of the people who's been closely monitoring Angelo Stiller over the past few years. Stiller and Baleba on the shortlist for midfielders, and we could get Stiller for around 44 million. I like Angelo Stiller. I don't think he's a January signing for me. I think he's a summer signing. I think he would need to play next to Baleba or Elliot Anderson, someone with a bit more physical capabilities than him. But on the ball, we have a lot of issues in build-up, central build-up, and Stiller has those qualities on the ball that we need in build-up. If you cannot get Wharton, Stiller's probably the next best name on that list for that. But you'd want him to be next to an Elliot Anderson, someone that can cover a lot of ground, because we've seen the difference in physicality between the Premier League and the Bundesliga. Look at Xavi Simons adapting, look at Wirtz adapting. There's obviously Stiller's a very different player, but there's concerns there. But we've been linked to Stiller a lot, and Romano has confirmed we do like him. We like him, we like Baleba, we do like him, we want a midfielder. And we know from Andy Mitten, what he said the other day is United are probably looking to sign 2 midfielders. But look, this guy was a monster versus Man United. We've got to talk about Elliot Anderson. I think Elliot Anderson is the midfielder we've got to sign. Baleba's not been great this season. Elliot Anderson was monstrous in that game at the weekend. He's been monstrous this season. When he's played for England and he's expected to dominate possession, he's been monstrous. When he plays for Forest and he's not expected to dominate possession, he's been monstrous. And Andy Mitten did say that Elliot Anderson is a midfielder that's well positioned to join Manchester United at the moment. He did say he's well positioned to do that. And I look at it and I go, if you can get Elliot Anderson and Baleba, great. If you can get Elliot Anderson and Stiller, great. If you can get Elliot Anderson and Wharton, absolutely incredible. But I think we should be going all out for Elliot Anderson. There is talk that United want to try and get him in January. And there was that rumour that we were going to make a 90 million bid for him in January, according to Indy Cala. Probably not. Don't see that happening. Don't see us making a January move for him, if I'm going to be completely honest. Just can't see it happening. But I do think that Manchester United will make a move for Elliot Anderson in the summer, and apparently he's open to joining. But yeah, I want to get to another story that came out from Andy Mitten of Talk with the Devils, and this was with Laurie Whitwell as well, on the contract situation of Maguire and Casemiro. He said there are no ongoing talks with Casemiro about contract extensions, as with Maguire, the club will likely look at them depending on how the season goes. The +1 that United have on Casemiro's contract, if triggers, means that United would have to pay Casemiro 280 grand a week for another season, and if they get Champions League football, a further 25% on top of that. United are not going to trigger the 1-year extension of Casemiro's deal because they'd have to pay him nearly 300 grand a week, and they do not want to do that. Harry Maguire's on 200 grand a week. United do not want to give him anywhere near 200 grand a week. Manchester United know that Casemiro and Maguire are happy to stay. And I think Man United are quite confident that they can, even though teams can get Maguire and Casemiro on a free in January, I think United are quite confident that they can take this on to March. And I think the longer and longer this goes on, the more Harry Maguire's wage demands will drop. Potentially Casemiro's wage demands drop if he wants to stay at United. But there is talk of him going to Saudi. But as of now, Casemiro and Maguire are not staying. But United are looking at their contracts and looking at renewing them. But it is the wages. One's on like nearly 300k a week and the other one's on nearly 200k a week. Man United want to get the wage bill down, and these players obviously, they don't want to make their wages too much smaller. I think Maguire will stay another year. I think we will negotiate a new contract for Maguire on a lower wage, and I think he will stay for a year. I think Casemiro is the one where I think he could go unless he's really willing to lower his wages, and I think he's going to get offers in the MLS and Saudi. I think he will have his last World Cup, Casemiro. I think Casemiro could go. But last but not least, I saw this story. Manchester United have been scouting RB Salzburg's youngster Kerim Alabegovic. Okay, sorry if I butchered that. Signing him will be problematic as Bayer Leverkusen intend to beat any side to the 18-year signature. My thought process is he's at RB Salzburg, so he'll probably go to RB Leipzig, but apparently Bayer Leverkusen are favourites to get him. I'm not going to act like I know a lot about this player. I'm not going to act like I've watched this player because I haven't. But what I will say about Man United is we like these kind of young sort of footballers. We like looking at these young footballers. and we've got a good pool when it comes to bringing in youngsters. What I can tell you about him is he plays for RB Salzburg. He's from Bosnia. He's 18 years of age, and he plays left wing. And he's made 3 appearances in the Europa League this season. I will check his stats for the other league. I can do that now. He scored 4 goals in the Austrian Bundesliga and 11 appearances this season. He's a young winger that's doing well out there. I don't think he's really ready for Man United now, but it could be one to keep an eye on. Anyway, that is your Manchester United news rounded up in 10 minutes. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.